AI is going to really revolutionize everything. If you're even running Google Ads without an AI chatbot, you're wasting your time and money. Who is the person in all your videos? Who is the person doing all the marketing? If that person isn't your brand ambassador, if you're not focused on making this your brand, you need to rejig. Hello everybody and welcome back to The Blueprint. I am Tarek Ibrahim and we are talking about everything you need to know about running a successful business and learning how to do marketing and public relations and all that great stuff. So before we get into it today, I want to take a moment to actually thank every one of you guys for following us and liking our content. Our content has grown leaps and bounds throughout the internet, throughout TikTok, throughout Instagram. And I just want to take a minute to thank you guys for actually liking our stuff. Like this is kind of like a hard thing to do without any feedback. So we greatly appreciate all of your efforts. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We're moving to new locations. We now have better and more amazing people to help us create content. And we have more amazing programs coming for you guys. So stick around. A lot of things coming. So one thing I want to touch up on is AI. Now, AI is going to really revolutionize everything at this point. We are using AI almost all the time now, and it's become a thing that's kind of good to being more of a thing that helps resolve tasks. So if you want to think of AI in this modern day, it's trying to get rid of the amount of time it takes to scratch your head and think of something. Now, the challenge with AI, of course, is that you never really know what you're going to get. Like the AI is basically only as good as the person inputting that data. So if I ask it something and somebody else asks it something, depending on the inputs that you're giving it, you can get wildly different answers. So that's cautionary thing number one. Cautionary thing number two is if you don't understand how to use AI, you need to get someone that actually does. I'm not joking around here. This is actually probably the most important thing we're going to discuss today is that everything's happening on AI. I am seeing people asking AI to do shopping for them, to price match for them. I'm seeing AI doing things like writing scripts for people. I'm seeing people asking AI, which is the best religion to follow. I'm seeing people ask AI or do things in AI that they wouldn't even ask people to do. Because usually when people were doing AI before, there was always this little bit of a fear or, a stigma asking certain questions. But because now AI isn't a person, people have a lot more freedom, a lot more autonomy to just ask whatever they want. And that comes with pros and cons because sure, you're going to learn a lot more, but I feel overall society is just really not thinking anymore. The amount of effort somebody used to put now is far less because they know AI is right there. And just to follow me, so this is a new tool. This is like a hammer. This is like a car. There's no reason to do things the hard way or long way. But at the same time, can you trust everything AI is giving you, right? But outside of trusting the content, you need to be scrupulous about the information you're getting, but it's absolutely saving tons and tons and tons of time. So first thing, most important thing is having a website that has AI embedded all over it. Now, I'm not talking about just having, some simple like greeting on your website or having some sort of a chat on your website. I think right now, the most important thing for every single business and every single website is having a dedicated AI receptionist, someone that can go on your website. The AI, of course, is that you never really know what you're going to get. Like the AI is basically only as good as the person inputting that data. So if I ask it something and somebody else asks it something, depending on the inputs that you're giving it, you can get wildly different answers. So that's cautionary thing number one. Cautionary thing number two is if you don't understand how to use AI, you need to get someone that actually does. I'm not joking around here. This is actually probably the most important thing we're going to discuss today is that everything's happening on AI. I am seeing people asking AI to do shopping for them, to price match for them. I'm seeing AI doing things like writing scripts for people. I'm seeing people asking AI, which is the best religion to follow. I'm seeing people ask AI or do things in AI that they wouldn't even ask people to do. Because usually when people were doing AI before, there was always this little bit of a fear or, a stigma asking certain questions. But because now AI isn't a person, people have a lot more freedom, a lot more autonomy to just ask whatever they want. And that comes with pros and cons because sure, you're going to learn a lot more, but I feel overall society is just really not thinking anymore. The amount of effort somebody used to put now is far less because they know AI is right there. And just to follow me, so this is a new tool. This is like a hammer. This is like a car. There's no reason to do things the hard way or long way. But at the same time, can you trust everything AI is giving you, right? But outside of trusting the content, you need to be scrupulous about the information you're getting, but it's absolutely saving tons and tons and tons of time. The most important thing you can do on a website right now is have a dedicated AI chatbot. Now, this is huge because a lot of people think they have a good website. A lot of people think their website's up to date, but what they're really missing is this AI receptionist. And what this does for every single business at every single scale is it allows you to be open 24 hours a day, no sleeping, instant responses, and it guarantees you way more business. I don't know how many case studies we have right now where we have implemented these AI chatbots on different people's websites, and the amount of leads and sales they have gotten simply by having these receptionists available all the time to answer people's questions is unbelievable. It's literally out of this world, because what you have to understand is when people are going to websites, they'll browse a little bit, they'll look around a little bit, but eventually they might become overwhelmed, or eventually they might not really know what they're doing. But when you have these AI receptionists built into your website, what ends up happening is they just talk to the receptionist. They'll be like, hey, does this actually do this? Or is this card still available? Or when's the best time I can actually reach out to somebody at this office? And the AI receptionist, as long as you're able to give it the right inputs, and that's kind of what we do, we'll help you set that up. But as long as you're able to give it those sort of inputs, it will respond to everything. And you could, of course, have it make a focus. So is it focused on booking appointments? Is it focused on selling a product? Is it focused on answering questions? Is it whatever the focus is, it'll do it. And I think that is the most valuable tool right now, because you're spending thousands of dollars on Google Ads. You're spending thousands of dollars on creating videos and looking professional and feeling great about yourself. You're taking these glamour shots and these poses and these profiles. You're doing so many things to bring people to your website, to bring people to your page. And once they are at your page, they have nothing. They can't find content. They don't know where to search. They don't know who to contact. And the companies that have upgraded, they have a chatbot. So there's a chatbot if then, and they program it and it does all these things. But really the most important thing, like the most important thing you can do is have these AI agents on your website. It is a game changer. It has revolutionized all websites. And if you're even running Google Ads without an AI chatbot, you're wasting your time and money. So first thing out of the gate, every single business right now needs AI on their websites. Every single one. You need help with that? Obviously, we can help with that. It's a direct plug, unfortunately, but that's the truth of it all. You need that on your website. Now, I wanted to actually shift positions a little bit and go into a story I had with an actual client. So I'm dealing with a multinational client, meaning they're a client that has businesses all over the world. And for the longest time, they had extreme success going viral on social media. So everything about this company is great because all of their social media is just completely on point. They are just banging out hits one after another, million views over and over again. And it's really amazing thing. And these guys have been on social media for years now. So they have a really good base. They have decent content. But I got into this conversation with a couple of the owners of the business, and they're looking to consult with different marketing agencies. Now, the thing that's so unique about it is the marketing agencies that they're reaching out to are actually, I would say, small agencies, but very well, highly prestigious agencies full of accolades and awards. And you would assume that this is all going to be great stuff, that everything they suggest, everything they do is going to be fantastic. And when I met and sat with the chief of marketing, I actually had a very different impression of the agency. And let me tell you why. So for years now, this company has spent a lot of time creating what you would call like a brand ambassador. On every single video, there's always the exact same person, and every video has this person. And when this agency is looking to quote unquote rebrand the company, they completely forgot about their brand ambassador, to the extent that they actually acknowledge they don't have a brand ambassador. They don't even know what their branding should be. And I found that to be so peculiar. And this is kind of what I wanted to tell everybody today, is that look around your business and who is the person in all your videos? Who is the person doing all the marketing? If that person isn't your brand ambassador, if you're not focused on making this your brand, you need to rejig your entire marketing, because you've obviously missed the point. Now, if you're a company that has multiple people doing marketing, multiple people in videos, and you want to hire people and fire people, That's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you put all your eggs in one basket and that person is now what everyone sees that person on the video and they think of your company, that is your brand. Like I don't know how else to word it, but you've created this brand. Now, whether it's a monster, whether it's an angel, that's up to you. That's your mistake potentially. But realistically speaking, people need to really realize that sometimes people are overpaying for branding. Sometimes people are overpaying for videos and photography and things like that because you already have an established brand potentially, and start to utilize it, start to actually use it properly, start to tweak it, start to adjust it. It's not always starting from scratch. I can't tell you how many times I see companies starting from scratch. New logos, new website, new logos, new website, new logos, new website. And that's fine to do a refresh, but you're not always reinventing yourself. If we're going to talk about reinventing, let's talk about Jaguar and what they've done with their car. And I'll be honest with you, I'm still on the fence because Jaguar as a brand to me has always had the ability to come up with like the ultimate epitome of luxury. Somehow, when I think of luxury and I think of how the British have done it, I always think that this is great. Now, it's not like the Germans, but it's just so elegant. There's a certain level of elegance the British are iconically famous for. And we haven't seen this Jaguar car in real life. Now, a lot of people are scrutinizing it. A lot of people are attacking the logo, attacking the branding, attacking the commercial, attacking the color of the car, attacking everything. But luxury is always in your face. It's sometimes so ostentatious. So I'm holding back on giving a review on Jaguar and their new vehicles. I'm holding back on saying yay or nay. They went all in on electric cars, and that's probably the mistake that they're going to suffer with. Now, of course, if they price it properly, then they've got a great chance. But I'm holding you back because Jaguar traditionally has always been super duper elegant. The most beautiful things they've always done. So outside of Jaguar, and the reason I wanted that is for branding, you don't always have to reinvent yourself. What you have to do is find out what you're doing right, find out what you're doing wrong, and improve on those things. Now, if your brand is a complete garbage fire and everything sucks, yeah, okay. Dump the brand. You failed. It's a whole different story. But if you have good rapport and good business and people like you and everyone's happy, you don't need to reinvent yourself. You just need to do better at being yourself. So I think people really underestimate that. And a lot of people we get requests all the time for branding. Hey, can you do a logo for us? Hey, can you update our website for us? And yeah, sure, we do. And we can. And it's fun. And we make money and everything's good about it. But not every brand needs it, right? I just want everyone to know you don't always need it. Sometimes what you actually need is just better marketing. You need better videos. You need better content. You need to position yourself more of an expert or more as the technician, or you just need to rejig something. So people need to focus on rejigging what's important, okay? So that's another really, really important thing I think a lot of people miss out on. Now, if you're really into doing a good business and you're really into creating sales and launching your brand and going bigger and you're basically trying to grow your business. If you're actually trying to grow your business, I think something really important that people are missing out on is print media. Now, I know this is like a super duper old thing to say, and what's Tarek talking about and why is he talking about print media? Let me tell you something. There's this rumor going around the internet right now, and a lot of marketing people are talking about this, is it's something called digital fatigue. So people are tired of scrolling and seeing things, and people want to take a break. And when they see something in real life, they find it so much more refreshing. And I think that's something people really gotta kind of pivot with and understand, is that you are bombarded on your screen with ads and reels and shorts and stories. But sometimes having something in your hand will not only drive traffic immediately, but it'll make the sale. And I'll give you a fantastic example, okay? One of my clients has a very robust Google Ads ad campaign, and their entire business does phenomenal with their Google Ads, and they're constantly getting new and new sales and new record sales, all due to the way they mitigate and manage their Google Ads. So they're doing fantastic. But, we were sitting down at the round table.
Effectively manage your Google Ads by setting clear goals, using a well-structured account, and continuously monitoring key metrics.
So we're sitting down at the table and we're discussing what is the next thing to do to get more sales. And, I suggested that, people have forgotten about the human touch. Like, people don't see people anymore. People don't talk to people anymore. And, with this whole drive to back to work and this whole drive of, being in person, I thought, why don't we focus on doing things in person? So we created this very simple campaign where we went, as simple as it is, and we gave out coupons to people in large gatherings. So anytime there was an event in the city, they would go there and offer these little promotional coupons in their hand. So, hey, can you do 1, 2, 3, or list me 1, 2, 3, or like, they'd make it kind of fun. Like make it like, okay, ask me a question. We would get content from you. At the same time, we would give you 1, 2, 3, sort of a ticket to get a free whatever. And instantaneously they got sales. And the value, of course, is the fact that people are instantly coming in. So it's not like this abstract thing where it's like, okay, I got my Google ads, I got this, I got that. Okay, I think I got this much business. No. It's a direct correlation that you go to a gathering, you meet people, you give them a free this, and they come to your business and you see it. Okay, we got back 20 of these coupons. We got 100 back of these things. And you can actually see it in real time. And it's amazing because that's how business used to be before the digital time, that people would go face to face, meet people, interact with people, and they would grow their business that way. And I think one thing that's missing from most influencers right now and most people that are trying to grow their brand online and they're having a trouble or they're finding themselves in a bit of a roadblock is that you don't realize you need to be important in real life as well as behind the camera. You can't just be online incredible and in the real world, you're a nobody. It doesn't always add up. Now, you can get quite far online. I'm not going to lie to you. You can get quite ahead by doing a lot of things online and never, ever walking out of your home. But the amount of growth, the amount of organic growth and reach you can get by being face to face with people and talking to people, you could never mimic that online. That's just the way it is. So the idea of the salesman or the idea of that the salesman is dead and no one needs him anymore is far from true. That's why real estate agents still exist, is because they are there, they are in person, and they can do so much to help you. But what's more important than anything else is realizing you need to find people in real life as well as finding people online. It's in tandem. You do it together, you'll have the ultimate gains and the ultimate benefits. But if you do it separate and you don't care about being in person and you're just going to be online and, hey, that should be more than enough, you are missing more than just a little bit of breadcrumbs. You are missing potentially the entire table of sales. And I think people really need to go back to this idea that you need to do sales in person, flyers, bookmarks, newspapers. There's a lot of things people need to focus on. Now, every industry is different. Every demographic is different. Some people might be in trade shows. Some people could be just mailers. Everything's very different. But if you can manipulate doing more than one at a time, meaning you do something in person while at the same time doing it digitally, while doing something online and doing something in person at the same time, I think you are mixing, I think you are at that point playing with fire. And if you know anything about old Nintendo marketing, I think now you're playing with power. And if you know anything about old Nintendo marketing, this is basically superpower. So if you're playing with superpower, then you've done it. You figured out the secret, because now you're able to benefit from online content and having that online content be in person as well. And I think this is something a lot of people need to take benefit of, because you could instantly grow your sales by doing very little effort. You're already looking for content. You're already trying to find ways to create new content. Do things with people in real life, and you'll find a world of success. So that's basically all the time that we're going to do today for the blueprint. I think I have given a ton of information today, and I'm so glad to have you guys listening. I hope you tune in again. I hope you keep following with us. We are going to be a lot more regular with these podcasts, because I know people have been just dying for this sort of information. People are constantly talking about abstract concepts. What is marketing? What is this? What is that? And talking with millions of ideas. This is raw. This is uncut. This is actually what every single business person needs to know about. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we will talk again real soon. Thanks again. And remember, like and subscribe. And if you have questions, you have comments, definitely leave them down, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.